Hey, what's up everybody, Spabrog here, and today I'm here to give you the H-Hour Weekly Community Update number 31. This week was probably the best H-Hour World's Elite weekend I've ever had, and probably everybody else could say the same thing, or at least the majority. So, as you guys know, we got our Steam Workshop on Thursday, April 14th, where it officially dropped, and we had a bunch of maps that came out. So a few of those notables are, let me pull it up right over here. We had the Ruins, we had some Desert Raid, we had a bunch of custom maps, such as Black Vein, Avalanche, some Terrorist Hunt, my favorite, Cursed, Zen 24, Canyons, and what else do we have? Terrorist Hunt Night, the night version of that. And yeah, we just had a lot, man. We had Deathblow. Personally, that's one of my freaking favorites, but everybody's a hater. But I like sniping on that map. But besides all that, let's kind of get into the quick look first, and I'll go on with the rest of the stuff I want to talk about. So they said that, again, the H-Hour Workshop was a big success. A lot of people started playing again, and we had like 400 to 600 downloads for the most popular maps at the time. I could probably pull up a more accurate number since then, since today is Wednesday. So let's see, what should I click? Right here. Okay, I'll click Ruin. So 636 subscribers and 962 unique visitors. So people are definitely looking into the game. So continuing on though, so we want people to rate the maps so we could get them in a better rotation. I know the other day I was playing on US East 11, and the server name was Top 6, and it was literally the top 6 rated maps in Steam Workshop, and it was awesome. If I remember correctly, it was, what was it? It was Sub Rosa, Citadel, Killing Fields, Desert Glory, Terrorist Hunt, and Ruins. Those top 6, and I freaking played for like 3-4 hours, dog. I had like the study and stuff. Thank God, that's fun. That's over with. But yeah, one thing you're gonna notice if you download the maps, right? There's gonna be a larger startup time on when you're opening up H-Hour. I know for me, I thought my game freaking froze for like the first couple times, but then I kind of got used to it. Just click it. I waited like a minute tops, but still, that's pretty inconvenient for a lot of people. But just so you know, if you want to get into it, your computer's not broken, especially if you do not use it. So what's ahead? They said right here that the team is working hard on getting all the workshop tool contents ready for public release, because remember guys, this is just the guys who made the maps. They were in the beta workshop team, and the Steam Workshop stuff is going to be released very soon, so they're looking over bugs, reporting stuff. And there's something pretty cool here that that kind of like gave me a little bit of some glimmering hope into the inside of more development of the game, since again it's in a development halt, so they're not working on the game currently. So they gave us the workshop in the meantime, which buys us some time for them to get funding. But again, we need this game to get finished. We're not content with just this. We know the game's not perfect. We know the game's not dead. The game's not done. The game is definitely not dead. I'm gonna tell you that. I'm gonna get into that in a little bit. But he says that with Workshop tool release complete, next week's focus will switch to reviewing what work can be done on the development side with our current resources. So maybe they do not have all the money, but they have some, and they're going to be looking towards the game. So whoever is saying that the game's dead, blah blah blah, you're wrong. Like, as long as it's being worked on, the game's never dead. It's always a project that could always come back to, so definitely not dead. And the numbers this weekend, definitely a big increase. As much as I want thousands, it's unrealistic, and again, I'll get into that in a bit. So yeah, so hopefully we could get some animations or something. If they could get animations in here, that'd be great. That'll polish the game up, and for the workshop maps, you could add ladders and stuff. I would love to dive to prone in those really big maps too. That'd be great. But yeah, so he's still continuing the search for investors and stuff, and I'm probably gonna do something in regards to a push in social media for something called Game Trust. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's from GameSpot. They're trying to, or GameStop, I forgot. they're trying to help indie games get funded, and I think it's 5 to 10 if I remember correctly. I have to look more into it. I've been busy, so I haven't really got to. But I've played a lot of H-Hour this weekend just so I could tell you guys about it. Like, as much as I had to be studying and stuff, I made you guys a priority, and I'm happy to say that you're definitely, if you don't have the game, you're definitely missing out. Like, seriously, listen, like, you could hear it in my voice. I'm definitely not joking. Like, if before you weren't willing to play 4 maps, we have 25 plus now, like 20 plus, and it's insane, like, how many maps are coming out. Like, I want to have a life, but this game's not letting me. So yeah, so basically the top 3 maps so far are Ruins, Sub Rosa, and Citadel. RM Ranger, good job on Citadel. Sub Rosa, good job. Selfless, and Hype, good job on Ruins. I dropped like 24 yesterday, so holla. Chill. Continuing on though, so I have a couple things I have right here. So, how maps were received. The maps were received lovely. There's the SOCOM maps. I think they're insane, bro. Like, I think it's because I've played Insurgency, and the work that Redline has done on those maps are freaking amazing. You know, like I haven't played Resurgence, but Insurgency, like, Redline's work is incredible, and I'll never take away credit for that. You know, I just want to say that right now because I love playing Insurgency for the little time that I did play it, and it gave me a lot of nostalgia. But Insurgency itself, the game, it didn't feel like SOCOM. It was too heavy for me. It's a personal thing. It's definitely not a bad game in its own regard, but for somebody looking for a SOCOM feel, it's going to be a little bit off. And if you play it, you know what I mean. Definitely not a bad game at all. But the maps in H-Hour, right? So, oh, there's so many, man. Let me bring it up. This video might be long. I don't know. So prepare. Stay on the toilet. Do whatever you got to do. Close your eyes. But again, I'm gonna go over to the SOCOM maps first, right? So the SOCOM maps we have right now are Fishhook, Fallen from Confrontation, Ruins from SOCOM 2, Citadel from Combined Assault, Sub Rosa, aka Antanera. It's like a really small map with a crane going down. It's the flow of the map is incredible. I love that map. Desert Glory, Killing Fields, and what else do we have here? And we have Frostfire. I forgot about the Frostfire. The Frostfire doesn't stick in my mind because it's the SOCOM 1 Frostfire where the tunnels aren't connected, and there's a little bit of buggy things in it where, like, there's platform stuff. But, you know, again, it's all work in progress, and people could always work on it, so that's fine. My favorite maps, I'm gonna tell you right now: Sub Rosa, Desert Glory. Oh, and this is the hard ones. I like Citadel and Killing Fields. Thankfully, they're both made by the same guy. So, it's that I've had more success on Killing Fields, but the more I've played Citadel, I've been falling more in love with it. So it's cool. The maps have been received really well. Personally, the maps that I do not favor that much are the ones that give me really shit FPS, and that would be like I don't want to put anybody on the spot, but like Avalanche is definitely one. I didn't really like Terra's Hunt Night at night because it's just too dark. There's a lot of maps that Mojo put up that I haven't got to play in game, but they're freaking beautiful, and I think in theory they look good. Zen 24, that's one. I'm sorry, Selfless, I love you, but it's just killing me, dude. But the new maps that we have, like, my personal favorite for the new maps are Terrorist Hunt in the daytime, because you could do that's for any type of player, bro. You could snipe on that map. You could rush. You could camp with the hostages. It's dope. You know, if you're a real, like, methodical player, it suits you. And the flow of the map's great. It's very symmetrical, and I feel like these symmetrical maps are very good, and I'll tell you why in the future, especially the custom ones like that that everybody made. There's another one called Black Vein that I love. That's from Harry, and you're literally it's like a rat's nest. And for me, I don't know why I gravitate towards that map. Like, personally, I never really liked Rat's Nest because of how it looks, but it just makes so much sense to me. I don't know if anybody has that feeling with anything, but it's just something that I understand completely, you know, like the flow of the map and like what I gotta do. But yeah, we have other maps like Cursed. It's a really nice jungle map. It's big and there's a lot going on, but it's very condensed in a way. Canyons is pretty large, but it's beautiful. There's a lot of like sneaky things in there that's pretty cool, and it's if you appreciate that kind of stuff, you'll like it. I wish it was in objective mode. I wish we had some type of objective, but for now it's not. But it's all good. Death Blow, it's like a sniper map. It's open. It's pretty. It's badass. You know, today's 420, so I guess I'll mention Mojo's map, High Ground. It's basically an ode to marijuana, so that's always good. We have another thing called Stalker. I haven't tried yet. I downloaded it, ran through it. It looks pretty good. Yeah, Aurora's pretty cool. I don't think I have the greatest FPS in it because it's dark. And oh yeah, that's another thing. If you play on dark maps, but you play in all those settings, remember to put the post processing to highest, because you're gonna be pitch black if you don't do that. And that's something you have to know. Continuing on. Wow, this video is gonna be long. Boom, 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 boom. Let's see what else. Okay, so that's good. But if you guys are wondering about player count is so much better. Okay, player count. We never peaked at 100. You know, I think we peaked at like 59 or like 64 or something like that. You know, I'll check right now. We peaked pretty high the other day. 7-day peak. I'm checking right now for you boys. I don't think I could check, huh? Okay. Let's see. I think 40. I think it was 53. I think 53 is the peak. Yeah, 53 seems like it's the peak from what I'm seeing. And that's awesome. Because like, actually, can I do that? No. I'm sorry. Never mind. Yeah. 53 is pretty good because that is basically 3 rooms and a half. Because 16 for 16, you know. I mean 16, 16, 16. So that's 4 rooms basically up. And me, I'm the type of person I want like little goals at first, and then we'll get to the big picture. You know, for everybody who wants it on PS4, which I'll get into that later too. This one, you know, the player count's a lot better and people stay in. So that segues into what I want to talk about next. Player retention. Okay, so one of the main things with H hours that the player retention wasn't there with the other maps, even though it would be fun for a lot of people, but for somebody who's like casual and not as hardcore about H hours, they, you know, as a lot of us are, then it's gonna be a turn off. They don't want to play the same 4 maps, you know what I'm saying? And luckily the maps that we have, like the custom maps and the SOCOM maps, they're really small and they're fast paced and they're very addicting, and that player retention is good. So you'll usually, from what I noticed, if somebody came in the room before, they'll play for like a game and a half at best and leave, and then we'll have turnover. You know, people come in and out, come in and out. But it's been crazy since I've been playing this game. It feels like I'm actually playing SOCOM, because the amount of people that, like, people will leave a lot of the time after like a SOCOM map, and then they see the next map is just like a new one. They'll probably leave or go look for another lobby because there's other lobbies up now. So that's super cool, because then now you have options, you know what I mean? So that's good for the players, for all players, because sometimes I don't feel like playing Avalanche because my FPS is, you know, but I'll take one for the team. Because one thing we're starting to do is, once we see rooms are full, we'll go on the Discord and talk about, be like, hey, we have to start like taking initiative, like, and start opening rooms. So I'll sit in a room by myself for like 5 minutes, and it fills up like with 5 people in that 5 minutes. So it doesn't hurt me to do it. And you know, the player retention, that's important. Like, we have to do little things like that to keep players playing. It's not that there's so much to talk about. Jesus, this game is super addicting now, man. Like, if you haven't played, like, watch me stream. If you look at my archives, like, I literally can't stop playing. It's crazy. I think I streamed like 4 hours the other day straight. I don't think I've done that with HR in a really long time. And like, that's without eating and stuff. That's that SOCOM feel, you know, when you don't freaking eat for freaking the whole day, unless you're freaking on the urge of fainting. But it hurts to get off. That's one thing. When you're playing these maps, like that top 6 lobby when I was playing all day, oh, I did not want to get off. It hurt me so bad, man, so bad. So that SOCOM feeling is back to me. And if you really are considering H-Hour and you're waiting for PS4 is going to be a really long time. They have to finish the game first. So I would definitely invest in a computer. If not, you're messing up. Next off, the game is more welcoming to noobs because the maps are symmetrical. And one thing I started to notice is that the SOF maps aren't friendly, because they're so complex for a lot of the people. The game is actually fun for the new players, and they're sticking around, and you see them, and a lot of them are in Discord. I think we got about 8 new members that are consistently playing, and definitely, like, in the Discord, there's definitely more players, but a lot of them don't speak English and stuff. Like, we've been trying to, you can't be too pushy with them, but they're definitely playing it, and then they're getting better. And I think it comes down to that the SOCOM maps and then the community main maps, they imply that you get into more gunfights, and then a lot of people are getting better because there's more chances of getting into gunfights, and the pace of the game is so much faster, and it's freaking insane. Like, I just love it, man. Like, you could hear the passion in my voice. But yeah, the rooms fill up quicker. 2 lobbies full for most of the day. So after 3 p.m. till like 3 a.m. Like, I'll give you some stats right here, okay? So in the last 48 hours, right, from 12 p.m. to 3 in the morning, right? Let's do that. So 12 p.m. there's 14 people. That's a good amount, to be honest. And there's people on at 6 a.m. 10 people were on at 6 a.m. So okay, we'll do this 10 to 3 a.m. So on Tuesday, April 19th, this is during the work week too. Just remember that. So at 6 p.m. there were people 10, then 12, 14, then it starts going up. Then at 3 o'clock it's 27 people, and that's retained, and it keeps going up. Then 6 p.m. is 33. Then at around 8, that's when you see 49. So that's when we peaked in the last 24 hours. Then it slowly starts dropping off, and at 4 in the morning there's 18 people playing. So there's always at least 2 lobbies up until like 3 in the morning, basically. As I'm looking at the Steam chart right here, I'll put that below whenever. But that's freaking insane, bro. That's great. And then you got to open the lobby, and the feedback has been positive, even from people who were skeptical about the game. People who watch me stream, like, they're like, holy shit, this game's actually, like, it's decent. I'm like, yeah, you know what happens is those SOF maps, they're fun for us because we know the flow of the game already, but for somebody who's coming in, it's so hard for them to get into it. And like, you could actually see the core, like with these maps, you could see the core is there, and you could feel it. Like, you cannot tell me if you watch me stream or watch my videos. You can watch my gameplay right now. I think I was playing Sub Rosa, and like, you could see me like just flowing. I think I did pretty good in this map. I think I'm gonna have to add another clip because this video is running like 1750. Pretty long. But yeah, that's great. So a lot of people from my video, if you haven't seen my workshop map montage video, I did it on the release of Steam Workshop Day. You will see that there's 10,000 plus views at the time of this video. So that means 10,000 people are watching and only got 3 thumbs down. And it's probably from people who, are against H-Hour. I mean, I don't care about the thumbs down. I told you, I'm just here for straight information. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we have people telling me that they want to buy PCs now just for the game, and that they're telling me they ordered the parts. They're showing me screenshots on Twitter. Like, it's crazy. I'm so happy. I got all my old SOCOM buddies to buy it, and stay tuned. I got some fun stuff for you guys if you are on the fence about it. Okay, so it doesn't hurt to try. So it's $5 on Steam until April 28th. $5 until April 28th, bro. That's a steal. How do you not get that? $5? And then you could always get a refund. You can buy yourself a hamburger, whatever. Look, so yeah, so we have Discord, right? So our Discord helps the community feel tighter, and a lot of our main focus is to get everybody to get into the Discord. I have a Reddit thread where you could ask to get invited to the Discord if the 24-hour invite thing isn't like updated. I'm probably gonna remake the thread and add a video to it to see how you could just search for it without actually clicking it and stuff or doing all that. So it'll be really easy, very intuitive. We'll do that, but it definitely gives you that SOCOM feel. I talk to these dudes all freaking day. I have so much fun, man. Like, I don't even care about the games, but we do want more players because that's always cool. Spread the love. The game is not dead by any means. Okay. Again, I told you about they're still working. thinking about working on development with the current resources they have, and plus the funds that they've been getting lately from the game, from the Steam Workshop sales, is awesome. And yeah, we have that Steam chart to see how many people have been playing. And you know, I never lie to you guys. You know, I'm always telling you what I feel, and I'll give you some nice stats in a bit. But yeah, like, I'm realistic. We're not gonna get 100 people at once. You know what I mean? It's impossible. Like, that's just not gonna happen, right? But little by little, if we do a little bit every night, everybody feels more comfortable. Everybody sees what time everybody gets on, and then we just all play. Like, 49 people is triple what we had at peak players. So that's awesome. So let's give a couple numbers. You're like, oh, this game is dead. I mean, originally when the game even dropped on early access in last May, only 170 people peaked. So 53, and then with the things that happened with the studio and a lot of people not believing in the game leaving, 53 is pretty strong. And there's more people who are looking to play H-Hour than there are people who want to see it, not do well. And, again, everybody's entitled to their opinion. If you don't like the game, you don't like the game. I can't force you. I'm the most unbiased person you will ever meet, and I see every side of the spectrum. So, with that said, 170 people peaked, and the other one was Steam Free Weekend, which is 281, but you would expect more, you know what I mean, peak. And it doesn't say here what kind of how many players were on at the time, but I wish I could tell you. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. If you love the game, just go for it. I'm telling you, watch. If you just look at my archives on twitch.tv/spap_rog, and if you do not feel the game, I can't tell you anything. I just can't. Like, it's great. A lot of people will notice that the H-Hour Workshop maps have really good FPS. But if you don't, do what I do. I stream in I play in full screen mode, lowered my resolution to 720p, and put everything on low except post processing. And I run like 90 frames on everything. And my rig is alright. Like, I have a really good processor, but my graphics card is kind of average. So do that. If you could play at 40 frames per second on low settings, you're good until the game drops. You could always invest in more if you really wanted to. But yeah, guys, I really appreciate you guys watching the videos again. I know this is a very exciting time because, like, as soon as I'm done with this video, I'm gonna go play. So yeah, follow me on twitch.tv/spab_rog. Follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/MrSpab, and look through my channel if you want to see some of the maps. I'm gonna be uploading more content outside of the weekly community update. You just gotta wait for that a little bit. I've been slacking on my Street Fighter stuff, so I kind of want to cater to that audience too. But I will be streaming. I'm on spring break soon, so you'll probably see me streaming a lot. I usually play at night. So if you just follow me, you can get an alert when I'm live. So yeah, guys, just do that. And yes, it's $5 till April 28th, H-Hour. You better cop it, because you're gonna regret it. I'm telling you. If the crack is back, baby. I'll catch you guys next week. Peace.